Hello, it is Dr. Chris Raquel. I am back again with a video for today. I hope you all are doing amazingly. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also send me an email at askkrystalracquel@gmail.com, and I would love to answer your question on a YouTube video. So today is December 31st. It's New Year's Eve. Yay! Today is our last day of our 3-day fast. I hope it has went well for you all. And today is day 31, so December 31st. We are doing Proverbs 30, the chapter, of course, and Proverbs 31, the chapter. So let's get into it. I'm super excited. I hope you all have enjoyed this short monthly journey with me. So we are in the New King James Version. Let's get into it. Let's get started. And thank the Lord, my whatever I came down with is pretty much gone. New King James Version of the Bible. Proverbs. And yeah, like I said before, I really want you all to let me know if there's anything you'd like to go through with on the channel specific to the Bible, or any other topics that you'd love to see me go into the new year. All right, so chapter 30 is titled The Wisdom of Agur. Oh my gosh, let me pause this real quick. For whatever reason, 585 is the page that starts Proverbs 30. Oh, I thought I was missing a page. I think the page is here. Okay, the pages are here. All right, so Proverbs 30 is the wisdom of Agur. And Proverbs 31, the first portion is the words of King Lemuel's mother, and then the other part is the virtuous wife. Here we go. Proverbs 30. The words of Agur, the son of Jakeh, his utterance. This man declared to Ithiel and Ukai, or Ukal, surely I am more stupid than any man, and do not have the understanding of a man. I neither learned wisdom nor have knowledge of the Holy One, capitalized. Who has ascended into heaven or descended? Who has gathered the wind in his fists? Who has bound the waters in a garment? Oh, that's a nice imagery. Trying to take some, like a piece of cloth and putting water into it. Like the water's not going to hold, it's going to come out through the garment. Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? His is capitalized. And what is his son's? His son is capitalized. What is his son's name? If you know, every word of God is pure. He is a shield to those who put their trust in him. Do not add to his words. His is capitalized. And he in the next sentences as well. Do not add to his words, lest he rebuke you and you be found a liar. 2 things I request of you. Deprive me not before I die. Remove falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food allotted to me, lest I be full and deny you. And you, both times, is capitalized. And say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and profane the name of my God. Do not malign a servant to his master, lest he curse you and you be found guilty. There's a generation that curses its father. Wow. And does not bless its mother. There is a generation that is pure in its own eyes, yet is not washed from its filthiness. There is a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There's a generation whose teeth are like swords. So basically it's just talking about how there's a generation that's filled with hatred and not good. They're not just, they're not living righteously, but they think that they're good in their own eyes. And whose fangs are like knives, to devour the poor from off the earth and the needy from among men. Wow. The leech has 2 daughters, give and give. There are 3 things that are never satisfied. 4 never say enough. The grave, the barren womb, the earth that is not satisfied with water, and the fire never says enough. Wow. That's beautiful. So let's look at that again. The leech has two daughters, give and give. There are three things that are never satisfied. And four, the number four, never say enough. So here are the three things that are not satisfied again. The grave or Sheol, if you're looking at the footnotes. The barren womb, so someone who can't have children, never satisfied with a child. And the grave is never satisfied with enough people who have passed. The earth that is not satisfied with water, it may need more water. And then the fire, it will never say enough. The fire will keep growing. The eye that mocks his father and scorns obedience to his mother, the ravens of the valley will pick it out, and the young eagles will eat it. There are three things which are too wonderful for me. Yes, four, the number, which I do not understand. Here's the three that are too wonderful for this person, Agur. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent on a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a virgin. This is that fourth one was something that he did not understand. So he doesn't understand all those things. And the first three were too wonderful to him. And verse 20, this is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done no wickedness. For three things the earth is perturbed. So the first three are perturbed. Yes, for four, it cannot bear up. For a servant when he reigns, a fool when he is filled with food, a hateful woman when she is married, and a maidservant who succeeds her mistress. There are four things which are little on earth, but they are exceedingly wise. The ants are people not strong, yet they prepare their food in the summer. The rock badgers, and there is, let me see what they have. That's also called a lizard. I believe that's what they're saying. That's in the footnotes. The rock badgers are a feeble folk, yet they make their homes in the crags. The locusts have no king, yet they all advance in ranks. The spider, let's see, it said the exact identity is unknown in the footnotes. The spider skillfully grasps with its hands, and it is in kings' palaces. There are three things which are majestic in pace, so in the speed. Yes, four which are stately in walk. A lion, which is mighty among beasts and does not turn away from any, so brave. The greyhound, a male goat also, and a king whose troops are with him. Wow. So greyhound is very fast. Let's see. And a male goat also, not sure the meaning of that. And a king whose troops are with him. So that's basically saying, let's see. Yeah, like basically a king whose troops are with him, meaning nobody's going against the king. No one's uprising against him. If you have been foolish in exalting yourself, or if you have devised evil, put your hand on your mouth. For as the churning of milk produces butter, and wringing the nose produces blood, so the forcing of wrath produces strife. Wow, this was a very interesting chapter. Yeah, I think it's rightfully placed before chapter 31 that talks about the Proverbs 31 woman. It's very interesting. Like I said, it was titled The Wisdom of Agur, so it is a little bit different than what we had seen previously with Solomon, but it definitely fits in the book of Solomon. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Let's go now. The words of King Lemuel's mother. That is the first 9 verses. The word of King Lemuel, the utterance which his mother taught him. What, my son, and what, son of my womb? And what, son of my vows? Do not give your strength to women, nor your ways to that which destroys kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes intoxicating drink, lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the justice of all the afflicted. Give strong drink to him who is perishing. So, when people are, how when people are passing, they might give them medicine for the pain. Back then, it was a lot of alcohol, or that was used for people who were in war and they were passing away. So then that way they can't feel things. I think it's important for us to recognize that there are certain times where the Bible, although it says don't be drunk, it's basically saying that it's okay, to, when somebody's ill, really sick, about to pass away, that you do give them that to take away their pain. So it's almost like thinking of, like I said, when you're in the hospital and people give you like medicine for your pain. Back then they didn't really have that, so people can use alcohol very quickly to make sure that the pain would subside. All right, so give strong drink to him who is perishing, and wine to those who are bitter of heart. So people who are like very bitter or sad, you have them, give them a glass of wine. Let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more. So I think that's important for us to like look at. Oftentimes when people are people might not be so apt to give money to people on the street who are poor. They'll say, oh, they're going to use it for alcohol and things like that. But it's a reason why you may see, not every situation, right? Some people may have addictions, but there's a reason why people who are in a bad state of life may be prone to alcohol use. It's right here in the Bible. When you're in a miserable state, you want to forget what type of life you're living sometimes. So it's like not human nature, but human nature for some people. All right. Open your mouth for the speechless in the cause of all who are appointed to die. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. So speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. And now we're at the part, the virtuous wife, that is verses 10 through 31. Wow. So that is 21 verses. Here we go. The virtuous wife. Who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and willingly works with her hands. So it's good. Make sure, ladies, when you're preparing for marriage or when you're married, make sure there's something that you're doing that can benefit your household. She's like the merchant ships. She brings her food from afar. She also rises while it is yet night and provides food for her household and a portion of her maidservants. So she's feeding her household as well as the people who are living and working for her. She considers a field and buys it. From her profits, she plants a vineyard. So she's making money and she's using her money to benefit her home. She girds herself with strength and strengthens her arms. So she's a strong woman. She's lifting grain. She's making garments. She's doing a lot of things. So she's a strong woman physically. And she perceives that her merchandise is good and her lamp does not go out by night. So she's not somebody she's a planner is what it's saying. She's preparing in advance. When she's going out at night, her lamp is already prepped. So she's not somebody who's absent-minded. She's preparing for what she has to do for that day or evening. She stretches out her hands to the distaff, and her hand holds the spindle. So she's sewing and she's working with her hands, doing chores. She extends her hand to the poor, yet she reaches out her hands to the needy. She reaches out her hand to the needy. She's not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household is clothed with scarlet. So she She's made clothes for her household. Everyone is good. She's not scared about snow coming or anything coming that could disturb her home or cause anyone to, you know, not be able to withstand the elements of the cold, because she's already prepared them in the clothing that they need. So think about those things. And obviously things are a little bit different now compared to how it was back then, but you can definitely apply it to our life now. Basically, you're preparing your home. You're preparing things for those of your household so that everyone is good, right? Depending on what the weather is, they're good. Food wise, they're good. You're making the meals. You're doing those things. You're basically keeping things up, right? According to your home, and you're managing your household well. All right. She makes tapestry for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. So she looks for high quality stuff. So it's telling you she's not skimping on things. She has enough income. It's fine linen and purple. So not only is the cloth of amazing quality, fine linen, is also purple. Purple is majestic. So she can afford the best quality items, and she can do so because she's bringing in income. She's helping her household, and she is basically, she's a Proverbs 31 woman. So she's not going to have her family out here in rags. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. So he is in high authority. So that's telling you, if he's with the elders, that's telling you that he's among the men who have high moral character, we can assume. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies sashes for the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing. She shall rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. She's a kind woman. Remember that, kindness. She watches over the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. So she's not an idle person. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. She won't even have to praise herself ever, because everything that she's done is evident. Based on her fruit of all the work that she's done, being a good woman, tending to her family, and doing something that she helps the needy, she helps her household. That's all that needs to be seen for people to know that she's a good woman. Nothing else matters. It's just so obvious. So I think that's a beautiful, beautiful chapter, especially the Proverbs 31 part about the woman. So let's make sure, ladies, we live our lives according to that portion of the Bible. And let me know what you all thought of our 31 days, our 21 days of change, and then we completed chapters 22 through 31 as well as finished off with a 3-day fast for the new year. So let's make sure that we are applying all these Proverbs to our lives. Feel free to continue to read the Proverbs, starting chapter 1 again, starting tomorrow for January 1st, because it's so important for us to get the word into our hearts and our spirits. Let me know what you all think, and I'll be back soon. I hope you have an amazing, blessed day. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about our 31 days of Proverbs 31 days of Proverbs, and have an amazing, blessed day. Bye.